For tonight's practice, we'll just need one pillow and 2 blocks if you have them. Otherwise, you can just use your pillow, or you can fold up a blanket. But we're going to start with just some breathing before we get into the poses, and then we'll end with a guided meditation. It's really crazy for it to be this light out. Usually it's dark when we start the class. I'll just get you to come into a seated position or kneeling, whichever's more comfortable for you, just as long as you're able to keep that spine nice and tall. Then I'll get you to close your eyes, and we're just going to take a big deep breath in through the nose, and then breathe deep breath out through the mouth. Big deep breath in through the nose, and then breathe out and sigh through the mouth. We'll do 2 more like that. Big deep breath in through the nose. Breathe out and sigh. And then the last one, biggest breath in yet. And then breathe out and sigh. Keeping the eyes closed, just allowing your breath to come back to its natural pace. And then we're going to elongate that breath. So we're going to take a deep breath in to the count of 4, and then we're going to breathe out to the count of 4. So you can place your hands, palms facing down on top of the thighs or the knees. And just take a big deep breath in through the nose, starting with a count of 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to pause at the top and then breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, and pause at the bottom, and then breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, pause at the bottom, breathe in. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold at the top, breathe out. 1, 2, 3, 4, hold at the bottom. And keep going with your own pace, breathing in, holding at the top, and then breathing out. And remember to hold for a second at the bottom, and continue on. Just allowing this breath to bring you to the present moment, right here, right now. And grounding yourself down into Mother Earth, into the space. Connecting back to that breath, back to your body. Just a couple more like that. One last big inhale. I want you to hold it at the top this time for a 4 count. 1, 2, 3, 4. Completely exhale. Hold the exhale at the bottom for 1, 2, 3, 4, and then just take a big deep breath in and breathe out and sigh. Beautiful. So if you're in a kneeling position, you can come to a cross-legged position. If you're already in that cross-legged position, just bring your hands back to your thighs if they're not already there. What we're going to do is we're going to breathe in, lifting the chest up, bringing the chin up towards the ceiling, and then as you exhale, you're going to round the body. creating that cat-cow movement. So when you lift the chest up, breathe in. As you exhale, round through the back, round through the back of the spine. Breathe in, looking up. You can have your eyes closed if you like. Exhale, rounding through the back. Big inhale. Big exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more like that. Inhale. Exhale. Last one. Inhale. Exhale. And just come back to straight back. Just keeping the eyes closed. Letting your breath come back to its natural pace. And if you're on a prop right now, we're just going to come off that prop. Coming into our first pose. So for this pose, you're going to start with those legs extended straight out in front of you. And I want you to take your left leg, cross it over the right. So if this is enough for you here, we'll stay here. If you can tuck that right leg underneath, you can tuck that leg underneath. Then you're going to take your hands, arms down beside you, lifting the chest up. So I'm just on my fingertips, lifting through the chest. And we're going to add a breath here. So you can choose to just connect in with that deep breathing, breathing in for 4, breathing out for 4. Or you can do what's called Kapalbhati, and that's where we breathe out forcefully through the nose, and it pulls the belly button in like a drum. So it sounds like this. You breathe in through the nose, forcefully breathe out, pulling the belly button in at the same time. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So you can choose just to go back to that deep breathing or doing the Kapalbhati. Starting with an inhale and exhale. Inhale, exhale. Almost there, keep going. Take one big inhale. Exhale through the mouth and sigh. If you've chosen to tuck that right leg under, I want you to extend it straight out now, keeping that left leg crossed over. And just fold forward over the legs. Still pulling your right toes back towards you, just letting the body fall forward. We're just going to stay here. We're just going to connect in with the deep breathing. So if, like we've done before, breathing in for 4. Breathing out for 4. If you would like to go a little deeper with this one, you can breathe into 5 and out for 5. So you can just bow the head, folding forward, relaxing into that stretch. You might feel it in the right hip, in the back of the leg. Just breathing in and breathing out. Whatever count you choose, just try to make your inhales equal to the same length as your exhales. Letting the head relax, the muscles in the neck relaxes. On your next inhale, slowly walk up. Then we're going to take our hands to the outside of the right leg. So you're going to hook your right arm to the outside of that right thigh. Both palms, trying to get them to be flat on the ground. If you can't, just coming up onto the fingertips. We're just going to hold it here. Again, folding forward, connecting in with that deep breath, breathing in for the count of 4. Out for the count of 4, or going a little bit deeper, breathing in for the count of 5, exhaling count of 5. Now this time you might feel a little bit of a stretch through the right hip, maybe into the lower back on that right side. So sorry, you're hooking your right arm on your left knee. I said right knee, but it's your left knee. Big inhale, big exhale. On your next inhale, slowly come up, and we can uncross that left leg and straighten it out. You can just bring those knees up and down, shake it out. And then we're going to take the right leg over the left. Option just to stay here, or hook that right foot, left foot under. Oh, sorry, you're getting confused, my right and left side today. So your right leg is over, left leg is underneath. Option to keep the left leg straight out or bending underneath, just depending on the flexibility in your hips. And then bring your hands down beside you. Lifting the chest up, squeezing the shoulder blades behind you. Again, option just to come into that deep breathing, breathing in to the count of 4, exhaling to the count of 4, or engaging that cabal body breath. So you take a big deep breath in through the nose, breathe out forcefully through the nose, pulling the belly button in at the same time. Breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out, breathe in, breathe out. So you can join in whenever you're ready, or just go into that deep breathing. Take a big inhale in. Exhale, sigh through the mouth. If you've chosen to tuck that left leg underneath, straightening that left leg out, keeping the right leg crossed over that left. And then take your hands, bring them forward. Let the head fall forward. Just folding forward, rounding to the back. You're just going to take a big deep breath in, coming up to the count of 4 or 5, and then exhaling to the count of 4 or 5. Remembering to relax the muscles in the back of the leg, the lower back, and the back of the neck. On your next inhale, slowly start to come up, and then walk your hands to the right side of the body, hooking your left arm into that right leg, folding forward, connecting back in with that deep breathing. On your next breath, slowly coming up, uncrossing that right leg, straightening it out in front of you. And just go ahead, shake those legs out. Now if you have your 2 blocks, I'll get you to grab them now. And we're actually going to come into a lying position. So one block is going to go right directly below, in line with the T-spine, so right on the spine. The other block is going to be underneath the head. So if you'd like, you can have the block flat or up on its side, just depending on how high or how deep of a stretch you'd like to come into for that chest. The block is just to support the back of the neck. And we're going to come in till that block just lands right between the shoulder blades. And then placing the other block underneath the head. If you don't have a block, you could use a pillow for underneath the shoulder blades and underneath the head. Now, option here to have your feet touching or legs straight. So we're going to stay here for about 3 or 4 minutes. So you want to find a comfortable, uncomfortable position. So you want to feel that stretch to the front of the body. So this can be as restorative or as deep as you like it to be, but we will be here for that 3 or 4 minutes. Once you've found your position, I want you to reconnect in with that breath, breathing in deep. Count to 4 or 5, and exhaling to the count of 4 or 5. Really allowing the front of the body just to open up and relax. If you've chosen to take your feet together into that butterfly position, just think about the knees opening wide, opening up through the hips. Letting the muscles in the chest open up. Allowing the muscles in the hips to relax. Really allow this pose to open up parts of the body which may have been feeling particularly tight for you. yourself go. Allow the whole body just relax into this pose. If you've chosen to have your soles of your feet together, get you to slowly start to straighten those legs out. And just stay there for a moment. If you already have your legs straight, just stay here a little longer. And then you can slowly start to take one hand behind the head to help lift the head off the block without having to use the muscles in your neck. You can bend your knees and just move the blocks out of the way, and we'll just come down onto our backs and just stay there for 5 breaths. And then slowly, one leg at a time, bring your knee in towards your chest. And then the other knee. Give yourself a big hug and just make circles with the knees going towards the right side. And we're going to change directions and slowly make circles towards the left. And then you can place your feet flat on the ground. Keep your knees bent. You're going to take your right leg over your left. Take your arms into that T position. We're going to come into the spinal twist. So if you want, you can take your block over to the left side of your body. And then just let the knees fall to that left side. Option to rest the knees on that block or right down onto the floor. And arms, again, be out into that T position or in cactus arms at 90 degrees. Just resting them down on the ground beside you. Closing the eyes, connecting back into that breath. Big deep breath in. And deep breath out. Option to keep the head neutral or looking over that right shoulder. allowing your body to sink into that twist. On your next inhale, slowly start to move the body, bringing the knees back to center. Uncross that right leg. Just taking a moment here before crossing the left leg over. Just feeling the effects of that stretch on the body. And then when you're ready, slowly taking that left leg over the right, taking the arms to that T position or 90 degrees in the cactus arms. If you'd like to take your block to the right side of your body, letting the knees fall to the right side. Again, option to keep the head neutral or looking over that left shoulder or to the right, whichever is the most comfortable for that neck. on your next inhale, slowly start to bring those knees back to center, uncrossing the legs, keeping the knees bent or let them fall straight. But we're going to stay here for 5 breaths, just feeling the effects of that twisting on the body. And slowly bend those knees back in. Bring them all the way in towards your chest, giving yourself a big hug. Now from here, we're going to slowly get set up for our guided meditation. So if you'd like to do that from a lying position, go ahead and grab your props. So if you want a pillow behind the back of the knees, putting that blanket over you, making sure take the time to get yourself comfortable, because we are going to be there for about 10-15 minutes in that guided meditation. So grab your props, take your time. Now, whether you're in a lying position or in a seated upright position, I'd just like you to close your eyes. Take a big deep breath into the nose. And then breathe out and sigh, letting that body completely relax into your pose, whether it's seated or lying down. And now I just want you to concentrate on your feet. So just bringing your awareness to your feet. And then we're going to imagine or envision cords attached to the soles of your feet. And those cords are going to run down through the earth. So through the floor, down through the earth, all the way down to the center of the earth. Then we're going to envision a bright red light at the center of the earth. This is a very bright, vibrant red color. So this red can be any shade for you. It can be coppery red, blood red, a deep strawberry red. Just envision that red color for you, very bright, very vibrant. And we're going to envision pulling that bright red color, that vibrant energy up through the cords, up through the soles of the feet. So imagine this red light, this vibrant energy coming up through the soles of the feet, up through the lower legs, keeping going up the knees, the thighs, the pelvis, the hips, the glutes. Keep moving up through the body, the core of the body, up the spine, through the belly, the chest, and then up through the hands and all the way up the arms. Keep filling the body up through the neck, the head, all the way to the top of the head. Till that red light, that energy is coming out to the top of your head. And just feel that energy emanating through the body, out through the pores of your body. Just keep filling you up from the center of the earth. Keep filling you up with that bright red energy of Mother Earth. It's a very grounding energy, very safe. Now bring your awareness to the top of your head. Just feeling any sensations that you might feel there. And we're going to go out from the top of the head all the way up to the universe. So imagine a cord from the top of your head emanating upwards, high, high up, past the clouds, past farther than we can see, all the way up to the stars. And then we're going to attach that cord to a star, a very bright star. And there, you're going to feel that bright energy of that star. Imagine it as a blue light. So it can be a bright blue light, a deep blue, or an aqua blue, whatever blue that you need it to be. And we're going to pull that energy from the universe, from the star, back down to that cord, through the top of the head. I'm going to move down the body now, moving down to the forehead, through the face, through the back of the head, the chin and the neck, down the shoulders and the arms, all the way down to the fingertips, and then through the chest and the back, all the way down the spine, the belly, the pelvis, the sit bones, just pulling that bright blue energy down the body, down through the legs, the tops of the thighs, the knees, the calves and the shins, all the way down to the ankles, the soles of the feet, the tops of the feet, all the way to the toes, letting that energy emanate through the toes, out into the room around you. Now just feeling that mix of energy from Mother Earth and from the universe, meeting and mixing in your body. Creating this balanced state of groundedness and expansion. And want you to focus on any part of your body that you feel you need, that you feel it needs that energy right now. So maybe it's an injury in the body or something that feels tired. Or if you don't have anywhere at all, just bring it to your heart center. Meeting the energies of the universe and of Mother Earth right in the center of the heart. And just feel the mix of the blue light and red light mixing right in the center of the heart. It creates whatever color you want it to be. It could be a bright white light, it could be a purple light, it could be a pink light. Just allow that light to grow right in the center of your chest. Now feel that light, that new light that you've created, to start to expand through your body. So see that light, whether it's void of light, so it's a white light or a black light, pink light, purple light. Feel it start to expand and grow right from the heart center. First emanating through the center of the body, through the chest. Feel it growing up and down the chest cavity, through the belly, through the arms and the head, through the pelvis, the glutes and the legs, all the way down to the toes and all the way to the top of the head. Just feel that energy expanding out. And let it expand into the room around you. And let it expand into the house, so the apartment you live in, the building you live in. Imagining that color, that light, just expanding out. Expand it out into the city you live in, the town you live in, or the village. And then expand it out to the province you live in. And the country you live in. Keep expanding all the way out to the world you live in. Out past the universe. Feeling that expansion. Feel like that light, that color you've chosen is blanketed all over the world and the universe. Bring your awareness back to that heart center. Back to that light right in the center of your chest. And take a big deep breath in through the nose. And breathe out and sigh. Now take one hand and place it on your belly and one hand on your heart center, on your chest. And what we're going to do is we're going to take 3 breaths in, all in one inhale. So you take one sip in, you fill up the belly. You take another sip in, you fill in the chest. And the third breath in, you just fill up as much as you can that's left. And then you exhale completely through the nose. Completely emptying that air out. And then we'll repeat that. So take a sip in through the belly. Feel the belly rise. And then take a breath in through the chest. Feel the chest rise. And then the last breath, still in that same inhale, inhale the rest of the air that you can. Once you get to the top, pause, and then completely exhale through the nose. Inhale, 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 and completely exhale. Through the belly, through the chest, and to the top. And exhale. Continue that breath at your own pace. Remembering to do a slight pause at the top, 3 breaths in through the belly, the chest, all the way to the top of the head. Pause, and then exhale, fully all of the air out. We'll do 2 more cycles through. Take your time. After your last exhale, take a big inhale in through the nose. Hold the breath at the top. And then complete exhale outside through the mouth. Let those arms fall down, palms facing down on top of the thighs or arms down beside you. Just taking this moment to feel the effects of that breathing. If you'd like to come into your Shavasana, I invite you to do so, keeping your eyes closed if you're coming from a seated position. If you're already in that lying position, just stay here and just allow the body to relax and to do nothing. I'm going to close with one Om. If you're in that Shavasana position, just feel the effects of the vibration of that Om. If you're in that seated position and you'd like to join in, just take a big deep breath in and exhale. Namaste. leave you now. And wherever you're at, I hope you have a wonderful evening.